What's up, Instagram, my beautiful family? How are you guys doing on this Saturday? Is it still morning? No, we're in the afternoon. Saturday afternoon, I am here coming at you today to talk all things weightlifting. So if you are here to learn why weightlifting is thebomb.com, the best thing since sliced bread, the best way to change your physique for good, permanently, sustainably, you're in the right place. If that's what you want to hear about, if that's what you want to jam on with me, you are in the right place. I am here for it. I was trying to start a dance party for you guys, but I couldn't get my iTunes open quick enough, and I was just so eager to hop on here. Now it's open. Now it wants to play. But I just want to talk about weightlifting with y'all. So I was a little impatient. I got impatient and I just hopped on without it. Because this is my favorite topic. This is my favorite topic. It lights me up. It's my passion. It is my jam. This is why I was put on this earth, to teach you about this topic, to create change in this world around this topic, to start a movement of women who are on the path to building muscle, getting stronger, lifting heavy, and not being afraid of that. And in order to create that movement, number one, I need your help. But number two, we have a lot of barriers to knock down. We have a lot of misconceptions to, explain away and show the proof, the truth. The truth is, what's that saying? The truth is in the pudding or something like that. I don't know. Who knows? But anywho, if you guys saw in my story I just posted up, I just got home from Target. Hello, gorgeous. Thank you, Target. I just got home from Target, which was very dangerous. It got me again. I just went in there to get Tupperware, and then I spent $140 on stuff. Some ungodly amount like that. I don't even know. On just stuff. But I did buy that cute little outfit because, hello, princess. I'm in a princess mood right now. And y'all know I love me some Disney. But I just donated, right before I went to Target, I just donated some white denim shorts. So I knew I needed some white denim shorts, some new ones. I saw those super cute ones. I grabbed like a 4. I was like, am I 4? I'm a 6. I don't know. I've put on all this weight, right? I haven't bought new clothes in, I don't know, over a year or something crazy like that, like real clothes. So I have no idea where I'm sitting size-wise. So I'm like, 4 or 6, I don't know. I went to try on, so I just grabbed a 4. I went to try on the 4, huge. Went back, grabbed the 2, huge. It's like, surely this is inaccurate. This is wrong. Someone's on crack right now. Grabbed the 0. Y'all, I don't even remember last time I was a 0. And I bought an extra small t-shirt. So I'm not telling y'all this story to brag. I'm telling you this story as a teaching moment. This is an amazing teaching moment right now, right here. Listen up. The scale means diddly squat. The scale means nothing. Again, I am the heaviest I've been in 10 years. In fact, probably longer than that. I haven't seen a number on the scale this high in forever, probably since college, before I got into fitness, before I started my fitness journey. Is that scary? It's not scary to me, it's just crazy. There's a difference between scary and crazy. It's crazy, it's interesting, it's wild, it's wacky. But I understand how the body works, and I understand what's going on, so it doesn't scare me. It's kind of exciting. It's like an adventure. But just because I'm gaining weight, and I've been gaining weight over time, does not mean that my body composition isn't changing in the way that I want it to. That my physique isn't changing in the way that I want it to. That I'm not actually achieving my goals. It doesn't. So I don't know how many times I'm working with a client and they throw in the towel, or they quit, or they ghost me, or they beat themselves up because they can't do this, or this just isn't right for them, or, their body's not working or cooperating because they are so focused on the scale. But they're not seeing the bigger picture. And they give up on themselves. And they give up, and they lose all of the progress that they've made. And they lose all of the potential progress that they were about to make if they had just hung in there. But they gave up. Because all they were checking and looking at and focusing on was the scale. So it's a huge, huge mindset shift to release that, let go of that, stop worrying about that, tune it out, and focus on everything else, because those are the things that are going to prove to you that you're moving forward, right? That you are seeing success, the success that you are looking for. It's not the number on the scale. So when that happened to me today, I was like, this is an amazing lesson. I've got to get home and teach this. So that's what that was, okay? Also, the other lesson is the beauty of weightlifting. That is exactly what lifting heavy weights does to your body, to your physique. It changes your body composition, and that should be the goal, right? We're no longer chasing weight loss. I don't care what the weight on the scale is. It's not about weight loss. It's about fat loss. And fat loss is not determined by the weight on the scale. Fat loss is determined by your physique changes and what is happening, okay? No more weight loss. Those are two completely different things, okay? Now, I get asked a lot, why do you talk so much about weightlifting? Why do you love lifting weights so much? Why is that all you talk about? Why is that all you preach? Why is that so important? And the answer is very simple. Because no one does it. Because everyone's afraid of it. Because if you're not actively already lifting weights and in love with it, it's because you are afraid of it. I guarantee you that. It needs to be talked about. Like I said before, I'm trying to create a movement here. And creating a movement requires talking about the same thing over and over and over, teaching and educating, and showing people the truth, leading people to the truth that they have not understood for so unbelievably long. So while everyone's on board with cardio, everyone does cardio already. Everyone and their mom already does cardio and can't do enough cardio, thinks they need to do even more cardio. And they're not afraid to do cardio. They're not afraid to go on a run or get on the treadmill or go to a spin class or whatever. No one's afraid of that. But a lot of women are afraid of lifting weights. That's why I talk about it so much, because I'm trying to stop that. I'm trying to end that. I'm trying to change that in you guys, okay? And again, I need your help for this. I had a thought come to me and then I lost it. But anyways, that's why I talk about it so much, because everyone is already on board with cardio, and we've got to change that. We've got to change that script and get everyone on board with lifting weights. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. Earlier this week, I threw up a true or false question about lifting weights and getting quote unquote bulky. That if you lift weights, or if you lift too heavy, or if you lift too much, that will result in you getting too, quote unquote, bulky. And I had a lot of people say that is true. People think that this is true. That, again, that shows that I need to talk about this more. Because that couldn't be any farther from the truth most of the time. Okay, now first of all, we have to define what bulky means. What is bulky? Now to me, bulky means just building muscle. What is wrong with that? Nothing. It's not a negative thing. But we use the term bulky to mean something very negative. Like, I'm over here trying to get bulky. I've been trying to get bulky for the last 10 years. And I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't easy. You can't just start lifting and suddenly get bulky out of nowhere overnight. It does not happen that way. The body doesn't work that way. The female body doesn't work that way. Building muscle is a very hard thing that takes very, very strategic training, very strategic nutrition, and a lot of compliance for a very long amount of time. Years, okay? To put on solid weight, or solid muscle, I should say. Now, when other people that aren't me say bulky, it's this negative term meaning just like it's, I don't even know how to describe it. We think it's like puffy or big or just putting on weight, right? Like the Michelin Man or something like that. That's what we think of when we say the word bulky. Can that happen? Yes, that can happen. And if you're afraid of that happening, it's probably because you've experienced it before. But there's a reason that happened. There's a reason that was your experience, because maybe you were lifting weights, sure, but you were also probably eating way too much food. And you were not only building muscle, but in the same process, building excess body fat as well. Putting on too much body fat at the same time. So that negative term, bulky, what that actually is you building muscle, but you building a layer of fat on top of it. So you're looking bigger than you were before, right? But that doesn't have to happen. If you do it the right way, if your nutrition is controlled, if you're following your macros, if you're working with a coach, if everything is lined up well, and you're not just like willy-nilly doing whatever, and you know what you're doing and you have a plan, that is not going to happen. Shouldn't happen. It doesn't have to happen. It's just not how the body puts on muscle. You build muscle, but you can also build fat as well if you're doing something that's creating that in your body. Okay? Now, I would like to, what's the word? I don't know of a word for this, but it's not normalized, but I'm trying to turn bulky into a positive term. Trying to turn it from a negative to a positive. Okay? I'm here to get bulky. Who's here to get bulky? I'm here to get stacked and jacked. How about that? Stacked and jacked. That's why I go to the gym every single day. That's why, not every day, but you know what I mean. I'm in the gym probably 4 or 5 times a week. That's why I go to the gym so much. That's why I love it so much. That's why it's so important to me. I love muscle. I love muscle on my body. I love muscle on other people's bodies. Like, I just love females who are stacked and jacked. I think muscle tone is an amazing, beautiful thing. I think strength is an amazing, beautiful thing. It shouldn't be feared. It shouldn't be avoided. Even, we're not going down this rabbit hole, but the health benefits of building muscle and strength training are enormous, endless. And actually, Coach Mariah is going to be going live in our Facebook group next week to go down that rabbit hole. So if you're interested in learning about your health and strength training, weightlifting, and building muscle, definitely go click the link in my bio. Get into our free Facebook group. You want to be on that live training. It's going to be amazing. But aside from that, when we're talking about fat loss, sustainable, fun, easy fat loss, the best way to do that is building muscle. How do you build muscle? You lift weights. So therefore, the best way to do that is to lift weights. Okay? Let's not ever get confused here. Listen up. This is the only thing you take away from this training. Let's not get it confused here. Cardio will never build your body, ever. Cardio does not build a physique. It does not. Cardio will never build anything, okay? Cardio is fun. Cardio can be really great for health, has a lot of health benefits. Cardio is something that we typically do like in a group setting if we're going to a class or, whatever, studio, a gym. So it has a social aspect. That's super fun. Hello, love it. Hey, you guys. Where was I? But cardio will never build your physique, okay? Cardio should be because you love it. You enjoy it. You want to do it, all right? But the most effective and most sustainable, long-term, permanent way to change a physique will always, it will never not be lifting weights progressively, overloading your muscles over time, okay? Let me take a sip real quick. So there's also this word out there called toned, this term, toned. I'm sure you've heard it. I'm sure you've used it. I know I have. What does toned mean? Let's break this down. We broke down bulky. Let's break down toned. I hear this all the time, clients telling me they want to get toned. They just want to tone up. I ask them, what's your goal? I just want to tone up. Okay, but what does that mean? Okay, getting toned means that you actually have muscle tone. Getting toned means that you want to be able to see your muscle tone. Okay, the only way to do that is to actually have muscle tone. You actually have to have muscle on your body. You actually have to build muscle. How do we build muscle? With two things: lifting heavy weights, progressively overloading your muscle over time, and eating food, eating enough food, okay? Why do women have such a hard time getting toned? Because they're afraid of lifting heavy and they're afraid of eating food, okay? Why do women have to go to a coach in order to get toned? Because they can't do it on their own because they're afraid of lifting weights and they're afraid of eating food. Okay? Cardio is not the answer. Cardio will actually make it worse. Cardio will actually, at a certain point, start to shrink your muscles. It will start to go through your muscle tone that you do have. Cardio will actually adapt your body so much faster. Your metabolism will adapt down to what you're doing. It'll slow down to what you're doing. Cardio will also increase your cravings for more food. You want to eat more. It makes dieting really, really hard, right? So cardio does all of these things that we don't want to do. We have this goal over here, but we're doing all the exact opposite things that we should be doing, and that's why we're having such a hard time, right? So toned actually means building muscle. And then eventually leaning out so that you can see it. But if you don't have it, you're not going to look like it. Okay? So when it comes to aesthetics, when it comes to physique and sustainable fat loss, you've got to build some muscle. You've got to spend some time building muscle, which means you have to lift heavy and you have to eat food. Okay? So lifting weights will never not be the answer to that, okay? Lifting weights, radically change the trajectory of that's why I'm here today, talking to you, teaching these things with a coaching business, because I picked up a dumbbell 8 years ago. I hired a coach. She taught me about macros. She told me I need to actually eat. And she sent me a lifting program. And I went to the gym and I started lifting weights. And when I had spent my entire life fighting against my body, trying to cardio my way to building a body, eating less, I was literally every single day I woke up trying to net 0 calories. Anything I would eat, I thought I had to go work it off. I thought that was a calorie deficit. Y'all, I thought that was literally a calorie deficit. That you have to either eat 0 calories, which is impossible for anyone. So what you do eat, you have to then burn off to get you to 0. And then if you want to lose weight, you have to burn off even more to get you in the red. I thought that was a deficit, you guys. No wonder my body was fighting against me. My body was actually putting on weight, gaining weight. This was the last time I was ever this heavy. As heavy on the scale as I am today was before I started this fitness journey 8 or 9 years ago. My body was gaining weight. My body was unbelievably inflamed. My body was a mess. My hormones were a mess. Everything was imbalanced. My body did not feel safe. I was extremely unhealthy. Your body has to feel safe, okay? In order to lose body fat. In order to feel the way you want it to feel, to look the way you want it to look, to respond to the things that you're doing to it, your body has to be healthy and safe, all right? Chronically undereating, 1,400, 1,300, 1,200, 1,000, sub 1,000 calories per day while you're cardioing your butt off and working out every single day, twice a day, is the exact opposite of what you need to be doing and will elicit the exact opposite results, okay? So when I hired my first coach, she gave me macros and she gave me a lifting program to follow, my mind was blown. My mind exploded. My body began to change rapidly. I'm talking within 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, my body began to change rapidly. Because it had needed what I was finally doing to it for so long. It had needed more food. It had needed less cardio. It had needed more stress management. It had needed all of the things that I wasn't doing. And it wasn't until I hired that coach that I learned that. I said, I'll do whatever you want me to do, because clearly what I'm doing is not working. So you just tell me and I'll do it. Whether I think that I should be doing it or whether it's smart, clearly what do I know? Because I'm not getting anywhere. So I just did it. And within 2 weeks, my body changed radically. And I became obsessed with it. Okay? So what got me into it first initially was the physique changing. Blew me away, right? So what happens when we do something that we're really good at and excited about? We just dive all in, right? We get obsessed. We love it, right? So then that's exactly what happened. I went all in. I got into all the bodybuilding groups on Facebook. This is a long time ago. Forums on bodybuilding.com, blogs, all this sort of stuff. I started my own blog. It was crazy. It was insanity, right? So then I fell in love with weightlifting. And what was it about weightlifting that eventually got me? Eventually in weightlifting and lifting heavy and progressively overloading, you're building strength training, right? You start to see what you are capable of. You start to see parts of you that you've never seen before. You're doing things that you never thought you could ever do. And suddenly you're this person that you've never been, and you had no idea was in there. I went my entire life just struggling. I thought it was tied to my physical body and my weight and my physique. I was that person that was like, I'll be happy when, all that stuff, right? But internally, I just wasn't fulfilled. I was missing something. I was unconfident in myself, in my abilities, in who I was, right? And when I started lifting weights and eating more food, when my physique started to change, that's what got me, right? That's what kept me going. And then it was the strength I began to achieve and I began to see in myself in the gym physically that was it for me. That was it for me. That changed my life, and I've never been the same since. It grew. That was my personal development. And I changed internally immensely because of the strength that I was seeing in myself physically. I began to think, oh wow, I just did that. What else can I do? Oh wow, what else can I do in my job? What else can I do in my life? What else can I do in my friendships? What else can I do in my relationships? What have you? Whatever, in every area of my life. My mind was blown by my physical abilities. So I made it a point, I went out to blow my mind in every other aspect that I could possibly blow my mind in. And that's why lifting weights changed my life. That's why I'm the strong, confident, mentally strong, emotionally strong, fearless leader that I am today. Because I picked up a dumbbell. I know it sounds crazy, but it's the truest thing I've ever said in my life. I know it sounds silly, but eating more food and lifting weights changed the trajectory of my life. And that's my weightlifting story. It's a beautiful thing. It's an amazing thing. And that's why I'm here to teach all of this. And that's why I'm here to create this movement, because I want to give that experience to as many women as I can. Because if I went through that, if I was struggling in my life like that, I know that other people are too. If I had zero awareness around how my body worked, like simple biology, I know that other women don't either. If I had a fear of lifting weights and eating food, other women do as well. And it was learning these things and going through those experiences that opened my eyes, opened my mindset, changed my life. And so I am here now trying to do that for other women as well. So lifting weights will never not be the most effective, efficient. It's just the way. It's the way to change your physique for good. You've got to build muscle to burn fat, okay? The more muscle you have on your body, the more fat you are going to burn naturally at rest. I'm going to go sit on the couch after this live. My body's just going to be burning fat naturally at rest because I have been spending time building muscle, and I love muscle, and I want more muscle. More muscle tone you have on your body, the leaner human you are just naturally. Muscle is highly metabolic. It burns through fat, okay? It's how you're able to eat more food. It's how you can look at a whole pizza and your body doesn't change at all. It's not as sensitive to your foods any longer as far as gaining weight. Because you can handle so many more calories, because your metabolic rate has exploded. Speeds up your metabolism so that you can enjoy more food and you don't have to worry about going out to eat, going on dates, events, weddings, vacations. You don't have to worry about that because your body can now handle it, right? The more muscle you have on your body, the more fat you're going to burn. Your metabolism is going to be higher, more metabolically active, and it's fun. It's just freaking fun. And then next week, Coach Mariah is going to be going live in the Facebook group to talk all about the health benefits, y'all. It improves your insulin sensitivity. It fights diseases. I mean, there's so many, bone density, especially as you get older. As we get older as females, we're losing muscle and bone density. We can't do anything about it. It's just life, okay? So what's the best way to combat that? is to prioritize building more, at least preserving what you have. And you got to use it to preserve it. You got to lift weights and actually use your muscles to keep them. But building even more, because we're going to be losing no matter what. And so by the time I hit 70 years old, if I had never lifted a weight in my life, I would be as frail as, like, I don't know, a matchstick. And heaven forbid I fall in the shower as a matchstick. But because I've spent so many years in my life prioritizing, preserving my muscle, building muscle, strength training, probably just going to pop right up off that floor. So my health as an older individual is just going to be so much better down the line. So it's fun, health benefits. Y'all, you're going to get a rockin' body. I tell you what. And for me, it was something that I actually wanted to do. Like, that's one of the reasons why I was fighting against my body for so long, because I thought the only way to do this was to go run on a treadmill. And I hated it. It was miserable. It was not my thing. Cardio, I'm not built for cardio. I wasn't born for cardio. Some people are. That is not me. So I was forcing myself to do something that just wasn't in my wheelhouse, and I was miserable. Right? You don't have to fight against that anymore. You don't have to fight against your body or what you want to do or what makes you happy or miserable. You can actually do what you love. Lift some weights. And then I freaking love food. I love food, and you get to eat more food. Another reason why I was fighting against myself, because I want to eat. I love carbs. I love pizza. But I thought that I had to eat 0 calories. I thought I had to eat less. I thought I had to avoid carbs and sugar and dairy and eat clean and all of the things, chemicals, whatever. I was fighting against my body, fighting against myself. So it shifted for me. It shifted my whole life. I didn't have to fight anymore. It could just come so easily and naturally. I didn't have to try so hard because I love it. So it's fun. There's health benefits. You get to eat more food. You get to do amazing things in the gym and just, show off how strong and fearless you are. And it changes your life. And it changes your mindset. So yeah, I could go on and on and on about lifting weights. But that's my story. That's how I got to where I am today. That's why I love it so much, and that's why I'm here doing what I'm doing. That is my goal for what I'm doing. And those are just some of the very few reasons why lifting weights is so amazing, and it's going to help you achieve your goals. Now, for the next month, Coach Mariah and I are going to be training, teaching, educating, talking about fitness. We're also going to be talking about cardio, because cardio is a type of fitness, okay? But we're going to be educating you on lifting weights and cardio, when, where, how, why not, all of the things fitness related for the next month, the entire month of June, in our Facebook group. So go click the link in my bio, join the free Facebook group, and get in there. Because we're going to be dropping knowledge bombs left and right, girlfriend. No joke, all right? That's all I got for you, I think. I didn't really have any notes. I just was kind of like, I don't know, seeing where this was going to take me. I'm sure I'll hop on and have lots more to say throughout the next 4 weeks, all about fitness and weightlifting. So if you guys have any questions or need anything else, just drop me a comment, shoot me a DM. Love you guys.